the passes of South Mountain. On September 14th, General Samuel Garland of D.H. Hill's division would rush southwest from Turner's Gap, tasked with finding defensive positions at Fox's Gap and facing off with the first elements of General Jacob Cox's division that approached the pass. Garland's North Carolinians would hold against the Ohioan regiments for a small while, though at the cost of General Garland's life. 2 James rifles of the 1st Battery of Ohio Light Artillery had run their guns up so close to the enemy that the artillerymen were butchered as they tried to man the guns. But the 30th Ohio were able to flank around the stone fence the North Carolinians were firing from and raked their lines with heavy fire as they fell in droves. The far right flank of the Confederate lines were held by the 5th Virginia Cavalry, 2 3-inch ordnance rifles of Pelham's Battery, and the 5th North Carolina Infantry. They were all that stood at Fox's Gap against a fresh set of Union troops under General George Crook, which now marched up the Loop Road and across the fields towards the beleaguered defenders.
What a crook. All right, let's go to this bad boy, shall we? I'm not fighting, I'm spectating. Let's do it. Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is JOEHOVA. Welcome to War of Rights. It is Saturday and we are hanging out with UEC. Thank you to everyone in the United European community for once again allowing me to be here to watch these excellent events. And you can see the Jeff Davis boys, they're going to have a gun. That is not going to be good. Bondurant's men, notorious Yankee killers. But now they're wearing Yankee blue, looking for some Confederate jelly today.
You with 8 bed trees, and we have 2 cannons. You one, and I have one. Is this okay for you?
Yes.
Perfect.
See Tim and Fork having a conversation. Alabama German Legion and 3rd Alabama with a gun today. Boy, Alabama will be heard from with the big barking guns today. Let's see how effective they are going to be. This is Colquitt's defense. This is the South Mountain battle that happened previous to Antietam, where Longstreet did his best to hold the gaps in South Mountain, giving Lee time to get the army across the Potomac and back into the safety of Virginia. However, Stonewall Jackson, who had been dispatched and split his force into 3 different groups to attack Harper's Ferry, actually had made them capitulate early. And Lee said, we've stalled McClellan at South Mountain. He's acting really aggressive. See, Lee didn't know at the time McClellan had Special Order 191, which told McClellan exactly how Lee had split his army. Now, he didn't know how many numbers were in each one of those groups, but he knew they were smaller, and he could attack and destroy them in detail, and that's what he wanted to do. Didn't quite work out that way, but we know historically the Battle of Antietam considered a Yankee victory, or at least a draw. I would say draw simply because, like at Gettysburg, Lee stayed an extra day and offered McClellan battle, and he did not take it. So Lincoln was not happy about that, I can assure you. And the boys are getting ready. You see all the Yankees wearing Confederate gray today, probably itchy for those boys from the north. And speaking of itchy, these Confederate boys wearing blue. Those wool uniforms got to be itchy on them as well. You can see 18th North Carolina there. 1st Virginia Cav. We've got the 8th Florida spawning in as well. 2nd Corps, 14th Louisiana. There's your 3rd Alabama. Alabama German Legion. Hey, I like the green. Much easier to see. Hey, and James Ryan has the flag. It's not the Confederate flag. It's the Union flag. So, is everything right in the world? Will the Union be able to pull out a victory? Usually when James Ryan is here holding that flag, they have a good day. So we'll see if that holds true today. Now the Union force is going to be coming from this hill, and they're going to have to attack that high ground in the distance. Those are the Confederate guns. Let's see who's manning those big guns on that impressive high ground today. Again, if you're in here and you're watching, make sure to throw a battle flag out there. Tell us who you're rooting for today. What do we got here? That looks like Serpent's Brigade. 51st New York. Excellent gunners. And the 52nd New York as well with a gun. Ooh, this is going to be dirty. You can see Andrew Walsh back there. Fleischter's here. John Beck. So this is potentially could be an artillery battle. Now, historically, all right, we got a minute left to go. Everybody's just getting ready. We may restart. Yeah, here we go. We're restarting the round now. Everybody, it's time to use the bathroom if you got to. We'll be starting here momentarily. Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is JOEHOVA. Welcome to War of Rights. It is Saturday, and we're hanging out with the UEC. Thank you to everyone in the UEC for once again allowing me to watch these excellent events. This week, we're at South Mountain, at least for the first battle. This is Colquitt's defense. And we're going to see if Alfred Colquitt can hold this pass. They fought off the Yankees all day at South Mountain and gave Lee the valuable time he needed to bring Stonewall Jackson up from Harper's Ferry in order to defend at Antietam Creek. See, once McClellan had Lee's orders and got aggressive and started attacking, Lee considered the campaign over. They weren't going to make it to Pennsylvania. And why would Lee attack the North anyway? A lot of people ask that question, and if you're new to the Civil War, you have those questions. Let me shed some light on that. Elections in this country, we have every 4 years, we're going to have our general election for the President of the United States, things like that. But we have midterm elections as well for senators, congressmen, things like that. And the midterm elections were in 1862, and they were going to happen in November. Well, the Battle of Antietam happened in September of '62. This is no coincidence. Robert E. Lee knew politically that if he could cause chaos in the North, it might allow the Copperheads, the pro-Southern Northerners, to talk the rest of their compatriots into, you know, seeing the Confederacy as an actual nation and letting them have their own way with a slave nation. Luckily for all of us, that did not happen. And Lincoln used Antietam to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. This is why this battle is so critically important to American history. Without this stand by the Union Army, who knows how long it would be before the goals of the war would change from that of preserving the Union to a war of freedom. And that's the war that we remember, of course. But that war didn't exist at this time. You can see the Serpent Brigades boogieing down. Yeah, but that war didn't exist yet. I mean, there were definitely people that were anti-slave. I mean, who wouldn't be, really, other than the people making so much money off the backs of their labor. But they were not the majority. And so the war was actually fought to protect economics. So it's tough for us to kind of, you know, stomach that in America, but it's sad but true, you know. But again, why are we a great nation? Because we adapt and we change our ideas, and we change our ideas when they become outdated. And what Lincoln needed was a way to make this war about more than money, about more than corporations, about more than plantation owners. It was about freedom. Lincoln always hated the idea of slavery, of course. He made a lot of speeches and tried to keep everyone together as much as he could by saying he wasn't trying to destroy slavery, he just didn't want to see it grow. But that all changed after the Battle of Antietam. And so I think that's why this is so critically important. You know, we gotta, as Americans, we have to look at our history, warts and all. And we didn't commit these crimes. You know, these are our forebears. And so we have to learn from their mistakes, not by carrying their shame with us, but by, you know, changing our ideas and looking at people as people. And I think the biggest problem in the Civil War were people forgot that it's okay for other people to have other opinions, but there was something much, much more important involved, and that was the freedom of an entire race. So, not to get preachy at all. This is just history, not taking sides. Again, I'm a Southern person. I was born in Tennessee. I had relatives that fought on both sides of this war. So, again, sins of the father do not go off to the sons. So we have to learn from the mistakes of these men so we don't repeat them. All right, well, that's your history lesson for this one. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We're going to get to this battle very quickly. I need to see what's going on with my bit rate. I'm going to have to fix this. It's getting a little shitey today. Let's see if we can still got something running in the background here. It's the chrome. Look at all those chromes running. All right, the clock has started. The men are moving out. You can see second Cav, Captain Eddie, going back to the woods and the rocks. Also got the 20th Georgia doing the same. Now, for all you guys, you're going to see a lot of... I'm going to have to... hang on, guys. While we're just getting set, let's do this. Stream manager. All right, we're back to it. And the big guns already barking. See these Confederates standing out in the middle of the field. 83rd Pennsylvania. And we'll see how the Union decides to attack this position. You can see they're already splitting up. We've got Union. Oh, son of a bitch. Stop that. You can already see Union coming this way. 8th Florida, 18th North Carolina. Hey, Oswald out in the 18th North Carolina. Good to see you, buddy. And the Floridians are skirting out of bounds pretty hard here. See more men pushing forward. Florida getting their attention, but the rest of these guys, they are close to out of bounds. First Cav taking on the 4th New Jersey Devils and the 20th Georgia. It's not going to go good for the Cav here. Too many Confederates. And Florida's going to try to take a shot at it. Boy, there are a lot of Confederates in them woods, boys. And you can see an absolute hailstorm of lead as more Union coming in. You can see those black hats. This is where the Iron Brigade got their name. Good, watch the boys going up those hills. Said those men are made of iron. And the Iron Brigade was born. Three Wisconsin units and an Indiana unit at these battles. Later, the Iron Brigade would take on more. That was the 56th Virginia there. So you can see the Union attack on the left has stalled slightly. Let's see what they can do on the right side. They have made progress. They're up the road, past the house. But boy, they're getting bloodied. 3rd Alabama. They've got Confederates on their right flank, pouring lead down into them. And Williamson's going to get them on the move. Get them accurate cover. Let's see if they can pay back those Confederates for what they just did. Well, the officer got one in the back. Look at that spinning smoke. This game is absolutely stunning. You see one Confederate here. Mongo trying to get back to his boys. Had to go right past the 3rd Alabama to do it. And they're moving around looking for the best cover they can find. Ooh, a lot of rounds coming in. And you can see the Confederates holding well into those woods. This is going to be a literal uphill battle for these Yankees today. Alabama German Legion Corporal Stoner's here. Marius in command, it appears. A lot of fire coming from those woods. Man, this is going to be tough for the Union. You can see they're coming around on the right side now, put some pressure on the Union left. And that's 2nd Corps, 14th Louisiana. First Lieutenant Muffin's here, Rambo. And Muffin's going to take him up the hill, trying to find the enemy. Don't worry, they're up there.
Should I check if the other server is good or?
Absolutely. I don't see anything over there.
Are they right here? Northwest. Right here, northwest, right there from the yard.
Okay.
Moving.
No, wait. There they go. Wait. Hold.
West.
Doesn't want to give away his position too early. It's a good call.
Cover him. Okay, now.
There's a better fire.
Union with pretty good cover here. Awaiting the volley that surely will come. You see the guys
Good spot, man.
hopping behind rocks to find cover. And the Union moving up the hill. Here we go. 3rd Alabama. Sergeant Becker in the van. Sergeant Johnny right behind him. Mongo getting brutalized. He got out of there, though. Keep running. And the the Confederates now back behind this knee wall. Captain Eddie in the 2nd Cav going to bravely hold their ground. That's a large Union force coming this way. Can they do it? And you can see the Confederates moving off. And it looks like artillery is firing at artillery at the moment. Union still not able to really make a lot of progress on the Union left. It's the battle at the fence line. See 8th Alabama going to try to something else. So a good Union defense here, of course. 20th Georgia is here. We got the German Corps as well. I think our boy Morphos might be here today. Probably looking right at him, don't see him. I saw he was wearing German Corps tags today. Oh, there he is. Morphos, private first class. One of the old 7th Tennessee. Known that guy a long time. Speaking of knowing a long time, been watching these boys a long time, and they don't like setting in one position. I can tell you that from experience. How long before Hogg finds a way to flank the boys in the woods? That's what he's looking at right now. You can see he's looking to see where does that Union fire stop? How can I get around? Because they're right up against the out of bounds on that left side. See Hogg using those rocks a little bit, covering himself in the 20th Georgia. They'll have to move to get in a firing position. They're one of the guys singing the battle hymn of the Republic. Well, I was giving him a spotlight. He stopped singing. Man, you can just see a mountain of Confederates in those woods. This is a tough spot, man. I don't know if the Yankees are going to be able to push on this side. This is a pub tactic to get into these rocks right here. But the Union kind of keeping it at the fence.
The right side of the big rock. Very west.
See Hog trying to direct the fire of his men.
Company ready. Ready for volley. Rise up. Hey.
Ooh. Massive volleys.
Yeah, if they charge, we've got cover behind us. We've got reinforcements.
Anticipating a charge. I don't know if the Confederates need to come out of those woods. Here we go. We got a charge coming through into the rocks. A small Union force. The 3rd Alabama coming in with a bayonet. That's the 51st New York, and there's a lot of these boys here today. Oh, artillery blasting in. There it is. Confederate jelly. A nice shot. You see the Confederate reinforcements now pouring in to secure the location. 83rd coming in with the rest of the 51st. So the Union being brutalized up to this point. You can see they finally taken those rocks. 8th Florida.
Don't standing up.
They're getting some reinforcements as well.
Keep looking, boys. We're getting good kills here.
And they're pushing again. First Cav is brave, man, but that is a buzzsaw that you're running into. And the brave men of the Cav, never will they see Virginia again. Oh! Looked like that was Weber. Hey, there's Jack Stone. 22nd Virginia. And there it is already. The Union engaged. Confederates are almost there as well. But as the attacker, the Union having more tickets, this does not bode well for the Union early in the match. Just volumes of lead flying into these rocks. Union trying to take cover any way they can. See Hog up here trying to get an eyeball on the enemy. It's just a wall of Confederates. And that little breeze bringing the smoke back into the face of the Union, that does not help their visibility. You can see it from the Confederate side of the fence. That black powder also causing a lot of smoke, but the smoke is drifting away from them. You can see a lot better. Ooh, more artillery. And it did come through and kill a few. Man, those gunners are absolutely incredible.
steht nicht. Übung steht, Mann.
I heard Morphos talking right there. And in fact, he's right in front of us.
Left. Okay.
So the Yankee fire is having an effect. You can see the Union all the way up the hill now. Then focus on the left and see what's going on the right. Massive explosion. And the Union are trying to pull back now. That is going to be Alabama German Legion. Still got some men up here at the wall. And only 3 of them, 14th Louisiana. These boys fought with Hayes at Antietam. There you go, you hear the huzzah. It's now even. And you can see the Union making a comeback here. That blue line's only faded just a bit, and the Confederates are now engaged. 24 minutes left in the match, and the Union is taking the point of contention. You see him streaming over this way. That's Captain Slaughter. And they're going to try to take this point of contention. I like this play. Aggressive by the Union. Draw the Confederates out of the woods. This is how you do it, and you see they're flooding over to this middle spot. So well done. Heads up play, as always. These guys really know this game inside and out. They've been doing it almost as long as the developers. You can see more Union going up the hill using the undulation as cover. And now you can see the Confederates starting to pour over to this side, and that blue line is stopping. So we're going to have to get more Union over to the point of contention right now. Still got the 8th Florida in the rocks.
Well.
Shenandoah regulars are there with them. See 1st Texas, those boys obviously fought at Antietam. Within 30 yards or 30 paces, 30 feet that would be, of the actual fence where Meade's men were. Let's stall for a moment. Oh my God, I was about to say it's starting to go back blue, but it just turned red. Wipe the blood off the camera. Yankee Jam. Man. These artillerymen are absolute daredevils. Taking risky shots and getting big rewards. There you go. They've got it. 11:56 left in the match. 22 minutes left on the game clock, and now the Confederates, they're going to have to come out of the safety of the woods to take back the point of contention. 3rd Alabama coming over to join the Floridians in the rocks. They're anchoring the left side of the Union line. You can see it doesn't take much for the Confederates to get an advantage here. They don't even have to come all the way out of the woods. The Union just has to leave the area, and that's what they're doing. They did what they needed to do, but they're going to give the point back to the Confederates pretty easily here. I think this was just a way to say, hey, we're here, and we're ready to fight. And you see that blue line's already halfway down on the Union side. About to go to taking losses, and they do not want that. Union still pushing on that right side. I love to see this. Up by the artillery, that's going to give them an advantage if they can hush those guns. You can see Alabama German Legion is here. Not sure how far you can go before you're out of bounds. We're going to find out. Hey, Plasma's here. Hadn't seen you in a long time, man. Welcome back. And you can see they're here in amongst the gunners. They've done it. Alabama German Legion, they're going to silence those, at least part of the Confederate guns here. You see this guy carrying a shell. He's like, I just got to get my baby back to the crib. Oh, too late. You're dead. Oh boy, this is going to turn the tide for the Union, or at least possibly could, as they continue to charge up the hill. Could you imagine how tired you would be? You got leather bottom shoes, you're running up a hill, you got an 8-pound weapon. Who knows how heavy your knapsack is, or if you even got it with you, if you dropped it already. So an incredible move here. Alabama German Legion going over, silencing the Confederate guns, and this is going to give the Union an advantage. Let's see if they can use it as such. We have Union coming across the field. 56 Virginia in the van. We got 18th North Carolina. At least I saw one of them coming with them. This is Slaughter's boys. Going back toward the point of contention. But you can see the Confederates are here. Not going to let them have it back so easily. That's the German Corps. Weber's here, Stone's here, of course our boy Morphos. Missed a great charge in the rocks. Sorry, man, I can't be everyone there at once. That sucks. Artillery flying over our heads. I've always said we should have more than one cameraman on these events. These are the rocks they're talking about, and you can see the Confederates do hold them, and the American flag is in the dirt. So the 4th New Jersey Devils getting the job done. You can hear the rebel yell, both sides engaged, and they've started the game clock again, 22 minutes left. You can see the Union slowly chipping away at that Confederate lead, but they are in danger now of going to taking losses, and the Confederates are now out of the woods and in the open field. Let's see if the Union gunners will take advantage of these exposed troops. Yeah, they're not going to wait there very long. Weber and the guys are going to try to find something for cover, but that tree is just going to be make it easier to shoot, I would think. Look at this, marching in battle. Marching like men, dying like gentlemen. That's what they do in the UEC. Artillery coming in. Ooh! Massive blast, taking one poor soul, but missing the main line. We'll see if they dial them in. Look at the elevation of the guns. It just shows you the high ground that the Union are on back there. There it is, the counterattack. Union doing it again. They're not going to let them hold that from the woods. You're going to have to come out into the open field, and you can see German Corps coming this way as we speak. A terribly exposed position here. That has never bothered Weber. Once dubbed the anchor of the Union, the 20th New York. Part of the German Corps. Ooh, you can see counter battery fire happening up the hill as well. Whoa, you can see how close that one came. Oh my God! Close. How many get up? Only 1, 2, 3, 4 of the men in the whole company. Everyone else completely destroyed by that one artillery blast. What a shot. You can see those artillery will absolutely neutralize a whole company, and we got more guys going up the hill. Slaughter has been everywhere today. Second Corps here as well. And the Union making a strong push now on the Confederate left. Union continuing to move here, going up the hill. They found the edge, and now they're going up the hill, and you can see they're following another Union company in the van. And they've stopped the counterattack again. The clock is running. Less than 20 minutes left to go in the match, and the Union about to go to taking losses. Confederates still have quite a bit there. Yeah, you can see it now. Taking losses for the Union, but they have neutralized these guns again. They don't want to see any Yankee jam. You see the infantry is here to support on the other side of the fence. But getting hammered by artillery themselves. Look at the carnage. Look at the puddles of blood. 51st New York trying to hold the flank. Trying to give their gunners back those big guns. But you can see those Union are not going to let them have it easy.
Martin, big bump shift.
Follow me to the left.
Big blue line.
Yeah, that's it. Shoot there.
Their knees, they're close.
And the 51st just taking it hard. Oh no. Oh, a large blast taking out 2 men immediately, knocking multiple men down. If the little bullets don't get you, the big ones will. 51st New York bravely standing. How long before they get support at this critical point of the battlefield?
Crouch, never crouch, unless ordered. Otherwise, if you die now, you pass the tickets.
You can see they've got some guys down there on the road trying to work their way back up. But they're being surrounded as we speak. It's the Irish. They've got the 14th Louisiana near them. 3rd Alabama in the rocks. Ooh, more artillery fire. Just decimating these Confederates with the big gun today. And 51st New York, they just cannot get away from that big gun. You can see Arty trying to get them up the hill. Wearing captain tags, Mr. Arty. Captain, 51st New York. Arty also streams, and he has a YouTube channel. Might make sure to go check that out. Give the young man some views. He's hilarious. I come at this from a more historical standpoint, but these young men, they have a lot of fun with this game, and it's enjoyable to watch, so keep it up. Up, there you go with the bayonet. The Serpents are coming out with the Fang. Here we go. And they caught him reloading. Surprise! It's the Serpent Brigade. And Slaughter's men never saw it coming. Those rocks provide protection from enemy bullets, but they also prevent you from seeing their movements. And they learned it the hard way, but here come more Union reinforcements up the hill. Now it's their turn to be surprised. 51st New York now trying to come back. Will they do it in time? Here comes the bayonet. 3rd Alabama. Captain Williamson is there. You hear the huzzah. Both sides taking losses. It's almost a dead heat. 16 minutes left to go. The Union is making a comeback in this match. We can see it now. The blue ticker going away from them, but you can see the Union over there. That blue line is not as faded as it has been in the past. And the 2nd Cav is here to clean up. More Confederates pouring into the area. They want their guns back. But we got more Union coming up the hill. They're not ready to stop. It's the Irish. Sorry, Irish are on the Confederate side today. Hilarious. You can see the Union still probing that left side, have not made a lot of progress over here. It's tough when you're pinned right against the edge of the map. You can see there's 8th Alabama, 1st Virginia's there, 8th Florida as well. I heard Preacher's name, but I hadn't seen him. There's Truslow. Oh, there's Preacher.
And Preacher's doing good. Just trying to...
We are left. Next time, we are left.
What's up? Sorry, what's up?
To ask if you need some support, we are left of you.
Oh, certainly, man, certainly. Yeah, if you want to anchor and swing, we're into the woods to try and get some ground there. But actually, you know what? No, fuck it. Let's just shoot him.
Well, we could get into the woods.
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
should reach a certain time.
I agree. How about 11 minutes?
About 11 minutes. He just pulled that right out of his ass.
3 minutes. Copy. So
Is that adequate? We can do 10 or 9.
have to ask for it.
They just had a hair update. The hair is looking pretty nice.
3
Okay.
minutes.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
Maybe it's too long.
You see the smoke that just came up northwest my way?
So you can see Truslow and Preacher having a conversation about when they want to spring this attack on the Confederates, but I got news, man. That's a long way to run under Confederate fire. You can see they're not ready to give it up. 20th Georgia, Jumbo out in the open. They're bringing the boys back into the trees now. They left their colors behind, though. Or did they? No, I guess they got them. So a little bit of the lull period, but you can see, man, that blue line's fading now again. Confederates keeping the edge during the match. Woo! More artillery fire coming in. So the Confederates keeping the edge for now. Are they going to support? I mean, the Confederate right is looking a little weak, but they do have men coming back this way. I think the Union had an opportunity to flush them out of those woods, but that might be passing, as you can see those CSA flags coming this way. And they are mounting for an attack here. Alabama German Legion coming out strong in mass. Romanio directing the Floridians. Oh, they don't have a flag? Okay. And the men marching into battle. Look at these lines, dude. I love this. Not only playing to win, but making it look beautiful doing it. And we got a charge. 18th North Carolina, Oswald out front. Looking for the edge. He found it. How many will survive as they try to enter the woods and flank the Confederates? You hear the command of charge. Oswald's in first. The Confederates have a nice log here. More Union coming in. A massive coordinated attack by the USA into the woods, trying to flush out the Confederates. And the Union making some progress. You hear Preacher begging for his life. More Union pouring in. Can they do it? Can they push the CSA out of the woods? They're doing it right now. Look at this. Incredible. What a gutsy move by the USA, but they got to keep pushing. They kind of ran out of enemies. 10 minutes left in the match. Both sides taking losses. And they're pulling back. Okay, so they're not going to follow up and push. Some of these guys are. So you see the coordination now breaking down as Alabama German Legion. They're going to continue on. Meeting up with the 83rd Pennsylvania. Don't turn your back on the Pennsylvania. It'll be the last thing you do. Here they come. And Alabama going to pay the price. No support on that one. Union's still on the road. They'll see the Confederates coming across. Here they are. Will they respond? See one guy out there, Sergeant Bluntest. He's out there. But no response from the Union, or very little. As they're worried, they're about to go to breaking. They need to conserve tickets. 10 minutes left in the match. They're killing a lot of Confederates, so you can see that red line burning away really, really quickly. So now we'll see what they do here. Ooh, look at this marching.
Я насколько вижу, наш там в камнях стоит.
Ну, нам бы дожить до 40-й. Потом мы добегаем каждый раз, умираем. Даже не успеваем нормальную 40-ю дать, нас по пути расстреливают.
And you can see the field of destruction looks somewhat peaceful from this distance. And the Union have not given up their positions in the woods. If they could have gotten this earlier, they'd have had a better position on the Confederates. But as it is, only 8 minutes left. They are about to go breaking, but they are taking a lot of Confederate tickets. So if they can even the playing field here, get the Confederates to go to breaking, they might be able to pull out a win. Alabama German Legion on the left flank. And you got more USA coming into the middle. 8th Alabama's here, 18th North Carolina, 8th Florida.
Enemies, and we have Japanese. Can move.
There you go. You see him going through the woods. Let's go with him. A strong Union line here. Man, but those Confederate bullets, a lot of them finding their mark. If you're looking for something to do on the weekends, boy, have I got something fun. If you're interested in the American Civil War, these guys, a lot of them history nerds, Europeans that love the American Civil War so much they bought a game they play every weekend. It's more than pub servers where everybody just thinks it's modern warfare. This is a team-based first-person shooter. You have to load your musket 9 times. You have to march in formation. You have to find, attack, and destroy the enemy. And these guys use tactics from the American Civil War. See this small company of men under heavy fire. I love the new effects of the bullets. Almost tracer rounds, so you can see the direction where they're coming from. These bullets, these mini balls, soft lead, they would buzz and vibrate as they flew through the air. Guys described them as hornets. And that's why you get names such as the Hornet's Nest of Shiloh. All right, Union not ready to give up on this thing. They're still attacking uphill, just as the Iron Brigade did historically. Here we go. Under a massive fire, all the men trying to find a safe place behind a rock. The commanders wanting to push them forward. And you can see it there. The Union is breaking. Confederates are about to go breaking themselves. I I think the Union's in a good spot here as they push continuously to push up the hill. If they can push the Confederates to breaking here and then take the point of contention, they can win this thing. An uphill battle, quite literally, but the Union pushing through the Confederates as they melt away. Shander fighting for his life. He's finally going down. German Corps here. A large mass of German Corps, in fact. They're going to be able to stem the tide, but you can see the Union and the Confederate are now breaking. The Union taking the point of contention. This is it. Big brain move. They're going to try to win it right now. Oh, but the Confederate artillery has something to say about that now, don't they? Wow. But here that blue line is racing toward the Union. This could be it. 4 minutes left in the match. Oh, man. Confederates coming out of the woods. Can they stop it? Amazing play. Oh, but it's too little, too late. They gave it to the Union. Wow. 4.5 minutes left. Well done for the USA. Man, what a fantastic move. Congratulations, Slaughter 56, for being at the right place at the right time, taking that point as soon as they went breaking. That was awesome. That was awesome to watch. Thank you, guys. Well done.
Despite the stone walls, cliff faces, heavy woodland, and cannon fire which pelted the troops that General McClellan would call the Iron Brigade, the men of Gibbon's brigade would once again prove their mettle as they gradually pushed forward under the late afternoon sun. The 6th and 7th Wisconsin began to leapfrog over each other as one would lie down and reload as the other would volley fire into the woods to the north and advance. They repeated this even as the prevailing light slowly darkened in the area, plodding closer and closer towards the bright flashes of light from enemy musket fire, until 9 o'clock when the darkness prevented their moving any closer. Bayonets were fixed and sentinels posted for any possible rebel counterattack that might occur during the night, but none would arrive. General Lee had instead sent the general call for retreat, and the Confederate Army quietly returned to Boonesboro, and then across the Antietam to the town of Sharpsburg. There they would find what rest they could as the Federals awakened and cautiously approached Turner's Gap, only to find it vacated. By September 16th, General McClellan and the Army of the Potomac reached the Antietam Creek as well and prepared for the battle to come. The casualties and trouble they had gone through at South Mountain would soon pale in comparison to the fighting on the 17th. It would prove to be the single bloodiest day of the American Civil War.
Of American military history, in fact. If you like that, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Until next time, my name is JOEHOVA, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye. All right, for those of you in the stream, we're going to the smokestacks for the second battle. Boy, that first one was a doozy. That's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. The Union was down that whole match. The Confederates had them by the hair of the head, and they weren't letting go. And we witnessed it. They literally coordinated with each other. You saw Trueslow over there talking to Preacher, talking to the 8th Florida, and they put a 3-company attack. 3/4 of the Union Army went into those woods, pushing the Confederates back, taking their attention away from the point of contention, and allowing Slaughter to sneak in and take it as soon as they went to breaking. A ballsy move, and it paid off for the Union that time. So that's why we watch these things, man. They're just so exciting. These guys are so good at what they do, and this one's going to be a conquest map. You can see the points of contention A, B, and C. These are difficult because I can't be everywhere at once, and you really need 3 cameramen to do justice on a map like this. But I'll do my best. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Again, make sure to throw those flags out in the comments on the stream. Let us know who you're rooting for. They're free. They don't cost you anything. I want to say thank you to all my subs here. All the money that goes into the channel through your subs goes directly into gear. I just bought a new computer to try to make this thing look better for you guys. I hope it's paying off. It looks great on my end. Hope it's looking good for you as well. And this game is absolutely stunning.
That was
So that's what the Confederates are saying about the battle. I wonder what the Union has to say about it.
Yeah, but to us, I think it's B and Charlie or not.
B and Charlie, okay, yeah. Charlie
To our position. That's what we say. And Alpha's a fast point away.
Yeah, C is quite close there, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So A is closer than B, right?
Yeah, the fast point from our position.
You hear the guys?
Okay, so I guess
Not celebrating, not slapping themselves in the back.
Send the bulk of our forces to A then, right?
He's got Lieutenant
I'd consider
shoulder
leaving
boards
Charlie
on.
alone entirely, maybe, and just make it a bulwark over at A and B, because we hold those we don't need CL.
Major?
Yeah, that's true, but if we could
Or
send the
Lieutenant
flight down
Colonel?
just to cap it and then go to A.
Colonel?
Yeah,
It
but
might be worth doing.
just remember.
I think that's Lieutenant Colonel, right? Because it's gold. I think Major's silver.
Reinforcements take a long time.
Captain?
Reinforce on Alpha. Just Charlie.
The attention to detail, my friends. The attention to detail. Okay, guys, I think that's a sergeant.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so
Our
we'll
first
go
sergeant.
Charlie and B then, right?
Yeah.
Alabama can go and take Charlie and then reinforce you on the Bravo point.
Sounds
Yep.
So the
Sounds
whole
good.
bunch of Bravo and Charlie, and if needed, we go to Alpha and just take the fucking point and let's win the round.
Yeah, I mean, if we take B, we can always send some guys back to
Hog
C.
rocking
or
an
we can-
82.
If we're in good shape, we can push on to A.
And he's got
focus Bravo and Charlie, right? Bravo and
Okay.
Charlie
Preacher.
focus.
Alright, so 3rd Alabama and
Rocking
the
an
14th
82.
are with you, right? You'll go C first and then come to B. Okay.
Oh wow,
Okay,
Charlie's
the rest
right there.
Bravo,
Yeah.
let's go and stay connected, have fun, boys. Let's slaughter
Alright,
that.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Hell
Yes.
Let's
Good
make
luck.
it pay for the last one, boys. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Union going into the battle with confidence. It's earned. They just had a great comeback in the last match. Well played. And the boys in blue going to go out and face off with the CSA again. Again, they've swapped roles. You can see a lot of the Union are actually Confederate regiments. Boy, it took everything they had to pull that one out, that last one. I'm still thinking about that match. It was so good. So these boys like to march in formation, and I like to watch that. So let's hang out with them and see how they approach this battle. The clock has started, and they are beginning to move.
В общем, не будем терять ни минуты, парни. Точка С нас ждет. Приклад.
Hey. Hallo, so alle durch.
coming out into the open field. Excuse me. I'll write your mama, boy. I heard you, Morphos. Oh, he's standing all by himself at the pole talking shit to the whole Union Army. And he got away. Look at him go, Morph. Go, get out of there. Oh, that is so funny. I will write your mama, boy. What I love about this game, it's not just the Civil War, it's not just the history, it's the community of guys that play, that we hang out with every week. Just such a great group. I mean, I've known Morphos for years. Same with Hog and a lot of these guys. And it's a really cool way to get your socialization in with something that you care about. A lot of us are obsessed with the Civil War. You can see these guys, man. And, you know, I've always seen this game as if you can't afford to be a reenactor, and, God, who can? You can play this game. This is about as close as you're going to get without actually buying the gear. And look at the carnage. The Union really, really paying the price for that aggressive move. But it did give them the point of contention. For now, you can see that the Confederates are now trying to take that thing back away from them. And both sides do have a single point of contention. We've got a lot of Confederates over here by point of contention A. I don't know about you guys. I prefer the games where there's one point and it moves around. I think that's just so much more dynamic. But I think these guys like it because they get to have, you know, one little spot and they can kind of hang out there most of the time. There's the 20th Georgia. But you got to get the flag up the pole. Lost German Souls got one. Gonna have to get out there and put it up there. Jumbo coming out to guard. Oh man, he's got to put his back to the enemy to do it. Not a lot of Union here yet. They are starting to show up again, though. You can see Jumbo literally guarding that man with his body.
Thank you for covering me.
You hear him thanking him for it.
Nearly done.
Those guys aren't even in the same company. Jumbo putting his life on the line to protect Lost German Soul while he got that flag up the pole. They did it. They've captured it. And now they've got all 3 points of contention. 3 minutes left in the match unless the Union does something and does it quick. Confederates coming out strong. See Private Jenkins getting up there, Ramboing a bit possibly. Oh man, the Union had better get something together and do it quick. An impressive showing for the CSA early in this match. And you can see now they're starting to come out. They're going to have to come across this field and do some desperate moves. 8th Florida in the van. Here they come in front of the whole Irish Brigade and the 20th Georgia. That's suicide. And you can see a lot of tickets being wasted as the guys are getting absolutely murdered trying to get the flag now just off the field. They were brave. They gave their lives for it. Man, look at the bodies around this flagpole. And so the Union knowing they got to do something different. 8th Alabama. See, Juicy Boss. Tried to do a little something. 20th Georgia and the Irish here standing pretty strong. 1:37 left in the match. They've got to do something. They got to do it somewhere, and they got to do it now. And they don't appear to be in a position to do that at this time. Point of contention A, point of contention C. Oh man, 1:20 left in the match. Where's point of contention B? That's B, that's C, okay. All right, so the Union is making a push on C. Will they be able to do it? Less than a minute to go. Confederates have the 51st New York over here. Uh-oh. That does not bode well for these Union. Trying to get that. 18 North Carolina not being able to get there. 46 seconds. Oh my God. Are the Confederates going to come back and win this thing with 34 minutes on the clock? Holy shit, that would be awesome. What an answer for the first battle, right? They let the Union come back and win, but now they're going to win with 34 minutes on the clock. This would be epic. Oh my God. Man, what a great weekend. Oh, here come the Union. Nah, 19 seconds. They're like, hell no. 3rd Alabama, they're going to run into the grinder trying to get that flag. I don't know if they got enough time. 10 seconds, and the guns of the 51st New York. Is this going to be an early Confederate victory? 34 minutes left on the clock. Holy crap. Ah, they did it! Yeah! Holy shit, what a weekend. Man, if you don't like that, then you don't have a pulse. What an amazing couple battles here. What do we have? The first one, Union come back. Confederates holding them down the whole time. Union fight a hard battle. They win. Very similar to historic South Mountain battle. And now in the second one, the Confederates are like, oh yeah, you think that was cute? And they just shut them out with 34 minutes left. I vote that this is why you don't play Conquest. Fuck that game mode. But man, what an amazing victory for the Confederates. I'm fired up. Hey, short weekend, but you can't beat those battles. Something for everybody. So if you like that, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Thank you for being here. Let's see if we can't raid somebody. Let's see if we can't raid. Ah, Lost German Souls on there. Let's raid them. Thank you guys for being here this weekend. I appreciate it. Give some love to Lost German Soul. You saw him take that flag off the pole, and that was part of how the Confederates just got that victory. So, well done. See you guys next time.